On the first episode of the Third Gallon Podcast, a brave band of adventurers find their way through a cursed land.
I always know where I am.
Where are we?
Uncover legends of lost treasure.
He came through, and I heard him talking about some bloody castle he's going to find.
Oh, castle, you say?
Castle.
Bloody?
Yeah.
And stop for lunch.
God, I should have known if I was going to introduce a tavern in a town, we were going to spend the first 30 minutes of the show.
Oh, absolutely.
Just
Of course.
role-playing, going out to eat.
You messed up.
Their story begins
Bark. Thank you, Cahoon.
now.
Well. Here we are at the start of it all. Welcome to the Third Gallon Podcast, the first episode of the Third Gallon Podcast. I'm Derek. I'm the GM for this band of crazy people. Why don't we go around the table and introduce ourselves, starting with you.
I'm Drow, the they, them of this band of crazy people.
I'm Jacob, and I'm Jacob.
I am Kat. Hello there.
Well, hello there indeed. We are the Third Gallon Podcast. This is our first episode, and we're going to be playing Forbidden Lands, which is a tabletop game published by Free League. It's an old school style game. We all have been playing for, how long have we been playing? 6 years?
7 years, for as long as you have been married.
Yeah.
Oh, throwing out my personal details right there.
Well, it's the best, also the best way of keeping up how long we have been playing.
It's true. Yeah, I
Don't laugh into the mic.
Just gotta keep up with that. Sorry, I like to hug it. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, we normally play D20 systems like Pathfinder 5e. We started out in 3.5.
Oh boy.
So many years ago, even though 5e was out at the time, I think we started, but
Yeah.
that's the books we had. So this is a big departure for us. We've already done some demo sessions and like made characters for it and gotten a good feel for the game. And we're very excited to start playing and actually like dive into the meat of what this game can do storytelling wise. How you guys feeling about it? How you guys feeling about this game?
I'm looking forward to play. I had fun in the practice sessions, and you took away the one thing I wanted to do.
Oh, what was that?
Go to town.
Go to town.
We got to town and we stopped.
It's okay. We can go to town eventually.
I have to admit I'm a little bit on the nervous side, but I'm excited.
Yeah. It's always nervous, but like I think it's a good nervous, right? Like it's a good thing to like be trying something like this. I think like what am I trying to say?
It's a large step out of my comfort zone.
Like I feel like what we learned just like learning this game is good for us in all our other tabletop stuff. Like the skills you build up with it. I'm excited. I don't know about you guys, but I am really super into the setting here. I know I've had to, get into it a lot more as the GM, but for a brief overview for everyone listening, the backstory for this setting is this is set in Ravenland, which is the campaign setting that comes bound with it, and the whole place has been like covered in this blood mist, which makes it impossible for people to leave their homes, basically, for 300 years. And just recently, the blood mist has lifted, and it's set like 5 years after the blood mist started disappearing, and people are like out exploring and trading and discovering like these old ruins and all lost bits of history, and that's where the adventure takes place. I think it's really cool. It's not maybe as expansive as other settings are, but I don't know. What do you guys think about it so far with the little taste that you've had coming into this?
We haven't really got to get into the lore very much, but I do like the world itself.
It's interesting to play in a setting where we're not necessarily forced to be the heroes.
Right.
It's also not as densely populated.
Right.
It makes you feel a little bit more alone in the wilderness as one might.
Mm-hmm. I gotta say though too, we'll get into this when we start, but the survival mechanics and exploration are top tier, in my opinion. We've played Tomb of Annihilation a little bit. We didn't finish it, but we got deep into the hex crawl of that game in 5e, and it was good, but this is just on another plane of cool and what it has to offer. So it's super exciting. Well, if no one else has anything to add, you all ready to get into it for today?
I am.
Let's do this.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start out with a line that I'm going to try to read whenever we start these sessions. For 300 years, the blood mist prevented all in Ravenland from straying far from the comfort of their hearths. Now the mist is gone. Brave souls and cunning scoundrels now wander the cursed world, sealed away behind the iron lock to find their fortune in the Forbidden Lands. All right, we start our scene today looking at a caravan traveling the plains of Ravenland. It's a trade caravan going between different villages, collecting things that people want to sell and buy and making a little bit of a profit. It's an idle day out in the plains on the open road. And out here, you think, how bad can this cursed land supposedly be? There's beauty here to be seen. And we see 3 different individuals working on this caravan as hired arms. First one is a elven figure. Kat, why don't you describe what we see?
All right, then you see Kali Lightstep, a elf, very tall, slender, traditional, with night black hair and very angular features.
All right. And I imagine not too far away, this is a group of adventurers and, hired help that's been together for at least a little bit. We see another person, and Jacob, why don't you describe who we see?
You see a half-elf in clothing made of pelts from wild animals, all sorts of wild animals. He's got a cloak on that's been patched. It's got like wolf fur, but on top of that you see a bit of raccoon, and it's all mismatched and patched. He looks like a wild man, a very old man too. Wild, like sprouty white hair. Think Doc Brown from Back to the Future. Doc Brown? Yeah, that's the right name. But he has also got just a really oddly fit, thin old man body. But he also has, he's got a knife, a sling sticking out of his pocket. He does not look like a soldier.
Interesting. So it's like a Doc Brown that works out.
Yeah.
I like it. And sitting what I imagine to be directly adjacent to your character. Did you say his name?
Oh, I'm sorry. His name is Dreamin'. Sitting directly adjacent to Dreamin', we see a third member of this group. Drow, why don't you describe who we see?
I imagine if you were panning up from Dreamin', who is sort of a thin twig-like character.
Yeah.
You would need to have the camera zoom out to fit the hulking mass of fur and frothy spittle that is Cahoon. a jet black wolfkin with bright red eyes, gleaming healthy white teeth, and a lopsided smile that sort of betrays the fact that he's not very smart.
All right. Well, you guys are on this caravan. You've probably been with it for maybe anywhere from a few days to a few weeks. Nothing really has happened. You're just kind of the muscle with it. I mean, you've had good luck. Anything that you've had to, fend off really has been more just wildlife out here. And you are making your way in southern Ravenland when tragedy strikes. Out of nowhere, you see 3 different groups of orcs pop up and surround the caravan and start shooting arrows. You guys fight back. You use your Kali uses her bow and starts firing off arrows. Takes out maybe 1 or 2 orcs. Cahoon gets into the thick of fighting with these orcs and hand to hand. And then we see the caravan is and like immediately bursts into flames. Like something hit a flammable like item that's been stored here, and the whole caravan starts going up in fire. The grass around the caravan starts catching fire, and everyone starts running away. You think to yourselves, trying to figure out what you're going to do, and then you just beat it off into the wilderness because you see there's so many orcs. There's nothing to guard anymore. You're more concerned with escaping with your life than trying to guard this. And from there, we're going to see like the days pass. You guys wander through the wilderness trying to find your way back to civilization or whatever you can find out here in the Forbidden Lands. And you go through forests, you cross some like small rivers at fordings, and that's where we find you today. It's now been a week since your caravan has been attacked, and you've kind of been listless, wandering through the wilderness and the woods. Maybe you've had some interesting things pop up, but you're trying to find your way to any sort of civilization. So why don't we go to Foundry and go to the map, and I'll show you where you guys are on the map. Ooh, we're doing this. All right, you as a party have been wandering north. Did you see you guys yourself on the map, the party token?
Yes.
All right, you've been wandering north, and you should be only able to see your hex that you're on and a little bit around it.
So you got the fog of war set properly.
I do, and I'll be able to show you the hexes that you go to, and so that way you guys can kind of like unveil the map bit by bit as you explore it. So you've been headed kind of northward, maybe northeast-ish, and we're going to start out with this day in exploration mode. So for those listening in Forbidden Lands, the day is split into 4 quarters. You got morning, daytime, evening, and night. And the light conditions change based off of like the quarter day that you're in. You guys are in the springtime, so right now it is the morning quarter day and it is light outside. What do you want to do? What actions would you guys like to take?
Well, are we exploring today? There's the real question.
That is a good question. You guys have a camp that we can assume was made yesterday. That's functioned for you guys. You're in a plains kind of open area right now. Yeah. So you'll see, at least on your hex, there is what looks like a river on the southeast side of the hex, and a lake bordering the northwest side of the hex.
Dreamin will call the little group together. He'll say, all right, time for a group meeting.
Yes, Dad.
Cahoon,
Yes.
Kelly, come
Of
here.
course.
Well, I think we need to get to civilization just to find out where we are. The caravan, I have no idea where it was when we were attacked, so I have no idea where we are.
Well, I always know where I am.
Where are we?
We're in the middle of the Forbidden Lands, of course.
I wish I was that smart.
Like I said, we need to find out where we are.
The synchronous of like, well, where are we? That was funny.
I say we choose a direction and go that way.
Well, civilization tends to follow water, so...
We'll stick to the lake then?
Is it a lake?
Well, that's
Or is it a stream?
what the
Or a river.
that's what the DM just said.
Yeah, there's both. There's a on the southwest side of the hex, or excuse me, southeast side of the hex. So let me ping that for you. This side is a river. On the northwest side of the hex, so opposing it, is a lake.
I would suggest we follow the river then.
Okay.
So if you want to move a hex in this game, one of the characters needs to do an action for the quarter day called Lead the Way. That is I believe, a survival roll. Or rather, to move, you need to do a hike action, and with hiking, you can also lead the way to be able to know where you're going. If you fail, like leading the way, you could have like a mishap, end up something bad happening to you. But normally, in the conditions that you have right now, you'll be able to move up to 2 hexes in a quarter day. So who would like to lead the way?
I will do that.
All right. So we're going to have our first roll of the game, which is to lead the way. The way rolling in this game works is you have, like in other role-playing games, your ability scores. There's 4 in this one. There is strength, agility, wits, and empathy. So you have a number associated with that. What is your, I believe is it wits for lead the way? For survival?
Survival is wits.
All right, so what is your wit score?
My wit score is 4.
So that means you're going to roll 4 ability die, which are d6s, plus your skill, which is survival. How many ranks do you have in survival?
I have 2 ranks in survival.
All right, cool. So that means you're going to roll a total of 6 dice, so 4 ability and 2 skill dice. And any 6s you get, or we're using the Forbidden Lands like custom dice, they'll have little crossed swords, but any 6s you get will be a success. So
the other question is whether she has any talents that will help with this as well.
Right. Do you have, I believe, I can't remember.
I have the pathfinding talent.
What does the pathfinding talent do for you?
My survival skill is modified by +1 when I lead the way.
All right, so that means you get an additional, I believe, skill die whenever you make this roll. So you'll have a total of 7 die that you're rolling.
I will.
That was pretty good. Why don't you go ahead and make us that roll?
All right, I've made the roll, and I have 3 successes, no bane.
Yeah, all right. And a bane, whenever you roll 1, that's a bane. And those don't really matter whenever you make a roll. They only come up whenever you push a roll, which we're not going to have to do right now because you got 3 successes. So there's going to be no lead the way mishaps happening. And I'm assuming you want to go with the river right now, right?
I've set a course for farther down the river.
All right. So you'll be able to move 2 hexes, but the landscape's going to change it. So I'm going to show you some stuff here real quick. So what you see is the river like curves around and ends up meeting into the lake. So you're surrounded on all sides surrounded on, 4 sides by river, and it goes into that lake there. But across the way from this river, you find a small bridge, like a point where it's choked up a little bit, and there's been a bridge built. And across the way from that, I'm going to reveal it on the map. You see a small little, it's not quite a village. It's kind of like just a little bit of a big outpost. What do you guys want to do?
I want to say hi.
I don't see why we could not. Now, we could go into town. We'll find out who lives there. Cahoon, you need to be on your best behavior, okay?
I always am.
You sure are. You're very,
Drool.
very
Frothy.
good
Falling
boy.
to the ground.
He'll reach up and pat you way up on your head.
Kali looks mildly annoyed that they found civilization this quickly.
You did real good.
She would prefer to not be in civilization, but she's going to keep her opinions to herself.
All right. Well, you found your way to civilization. I mean, it's been Kali's excellent pathfinding, I'm going to guess, that has taken him this far, to be sure.
Oh, yeah.
So you cross the bridge, and the town's like not directly on the other side. It's pretty close, but maybe it's like a few hundred, meters or so inwards. And there's like a road leading into it, and you can tell like other roads that kind of converge and go through this town. And again, it's not very big. It only has like a handful of buildings. The token I've put on this map on Foundry kind of represents it. There is an obvious like tavern building. I should say the town itself is kind of situated on a small hill, like just a grassy hill out here in the plains. It's not super tall, but like in the middle of it, like in the middle where all the streets like are crossing over each other, there's this big boulder, like maybe 10, 15 feet tall, pretty big, just kind of out here in the middle of nowhere. And you see like the sign coming into town called Boulder Post. And as you get in, there's like 3 miscellaneous buildings that look like maybe one's a house, maybe one's a trading post. And you see a very obvious tavern inn kind of building where you could get lodging. And printed on it is a sign that reads, the Rumping Eagle.
Rumping?
The Rumping Eagle.
What does rumping mean?
What does rumping mean?
So like the image is like two eagles, and one of them is just normal, and the other one's got its wings up. And it's a very inappropriate eagle image.
Oh.
It's also very crudely drawn, so there's not a lot of artistic talent that was put into this.
Not a very good rendition.
What a delightful outpost.
What is it?
It's a bird.
Birds don't have that.
You're right. Let's go drink.
The tavern?
Absolutely.
So you go into the tavern, and it's very, very rustic. I mean, like I said, this is not a very big place. When you walked into town, you maybe saw like one other person just outside. So it's very small. And you go into the tavern, and like, yes, Drow?
I would like to interject. As we are walking into town, Cahoon has reached into their little bag or whatever they have, pulled out a small baby pink blanket, and is sort of just rubbing the fabric between their thumbs as they walk along. They seem a little nervous.
Cahoon, have you not been in very many towns?
Do I look like I have?
No, it's why I was asking.
Yeah, I haven't. No,
Ah, well, stick around with me. We'll try to avoid trouble.
I'm gonna hold your hand.
Okay.
I might pick you up later.
No, just give me a fair warning.
And Kali just takes a little sidestep back very subtly. She does not want to be a part of that. It's like, honestly, I'm not the most fond of being in town either. Either, darling.
I'm darling now. Thank you, Mom.
We don't have to stay here for very long. Maybe just pick up a job or two, see if there's anything we can help with, any furs or pelts they might want us to gather or something like that.
Yeah, I hope they want foxes. I hate foxes.
Well, hopefully they'll want foxes.
I hope so too.
We can also orient ourselves.
Yes.
But you know where we are.
Of course.
The Forbidden Lands.
Got him. All right, so you guys go into the inn, and there's a few people in there. There's maybe like 5 or so other patrons, and there is a halfling manning like the bar / like check-in place for this tavern.
Draymond. Dad, is that a child?
No, that is a halfling. They're just a bit smaller than most regular folk. Other folk.
Okay.
Regular folk sounds bad.
I appreciate that you corrected yourself. Thank you for your knowledge. Where'd the other half go?
No, that's just what they're called.
Okay.
It's pretty much all humans. Pretty much. In this part of you, I guess you would know since you know where you are. In this part
Always.
of Ravenland, there's mostly humans. They're Alderlanders. Alderlanders are the humans from the like nation beyond the other side of the mountains. Not that they've come over anytime recent, but like that's their origin.
Hello, humans.
Humans.
Hi.
Are you saying that to anyone in specific?
I'm yelling this as I burst through the doors.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Holding Dreamin's hand.
The maybe a couple people kind of just look at you and just like mutter to themselves.
This way, Cahoon.
They looked at me. I'm gonna go say hi.
I don't.
I walk off.
Okay, you're a young adult. You can take care of yourself. I hope so.
Well, I'm going to find me some wine.
Hello.
Parch my thirst.
Other than that, like the only like people, like most of the people here look like tradespeople, simple humans working at an outpost or around, kind of like the caravan crew that you traveled with. The only other oddball person is there's a woman at the like bar who is like noticeably dirty and kind of looks down on her luck. Ale in hand. But yeah, like there's not a whole lot going on in here. You said you want someone's the one that gets a drink.
I was going to get a drink of wine.
Okay, so you walk up to the bar. The halfling there is like, "Whoo, an elf? Don't see many of your kind around here. Where'd you travel from?" And he starts like rooting through the bottles to get you a wine.
Well, we were with a caravan not too long ago.
Oh, caravan, eh?
My companions and I here, just trying to figure out precisely where we are.
Oh, I see. Does a caravan come into town, or are you off employment?
Well, our caravan met a rather unfortunate end.
Oh, what happened?
Large fire. Very, very odd.
A large fire.
Don't forget the orcs.
Oh,
And
the
orcs.
orcs are there.
Dreamin'.
Yes.
She just kind of gives you this look like, I'm talking to too many people, help me.
Hello there, good fellow.
Hello, I like your accent.
Oh, thank you. I like yours as well.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about your caravan. Welcome to Boulder Post. I'm Robert Longfoot. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, it's nice to meet you as well. But yes, our caravan met with an unfortunate end. Orcs came, many orcs attacked, set the caravan on fire. We had to run away. There were just too many.
I
Oh my.
killed 2 of them.
Oh,
by the
my
way.
stars. Oh, that's very violent of you. Oh, my stars.
But yes, we are currently looking for employment. My friend here and over there.
I see. Well, we get a lot of travelers and adventurers wandering through Boulder Post. A lot of caravans, too. I'm sure you can find something here.
Where would I go to look for that?
If you could always talk to the overseer, Reeve. Reeve's out in the trade post building. I'm sure he'll be happy to see anyone new.
Reeve in the trade post building. All
Yes.
right.
Is that your dog?
Cahoon wanders over. They've got half a piece of bread.
Oh, my.
That guy gave this to me to leave him alone.
Very good, Cahoon.
Do you want half?
No, I'm quite all right now.
I will take that
Oh, Lord, he
wine.
talks. Oh.
Hi,
Oh,
I'm Cahoon.
hello, Cahoon.
This, 6.5-foot beast stooping down.
Oh, dear.
You smell like old bread.
He's, sweating.
But don't worry, Cahoon is quite nice. Sometimes Wolfkin can apparently get a bad reputation, but he has been quite delightful.
Oh, he's a wolfkin. He's not what I thought wolfkin looked like. I've never seen one.
Yes, that's why we should not
They're-
make presumptions. Cahoon, say hello.
I thought they never wandered out of the forests. Hello.
Things are different now.
Oh.
Yeah. It used to be that if I left the forest, something would come, would try to get us.
Oh, what a blood mist. Thank
Yeah.
God that's gone.
But yes, I'm Cahoon.
I
It's
too.
nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. I can relate to you a little bit because I was one of the first people to leave my village far from here and come to do trading and mind this quaint little inn. Do you like the logo?
I don't know if
Oh, I
that's
painted
what.
it myself. I fancy myself a little bit of a aspiring artist.
I've never seen a bird like that.
Oh,
It was quite well done.
thank you. Theon already had the name. I just had to make the logo.
Ah, well, that's very nice. You're quite the artist, sir.
Yeah. But at this point, he's already given you a drink. You've
I've got
into
my
it.
wine.
And then the
Do you have
lady.
milk?
So what?
Do you have milk?
Oh, I think a little bit. Let me go check the cellar. And goes down.
Thank you.
Check your gold. He comes back up, and it's just yeah, we got a little bit.
Can I get this in a bowl?
What?
Can I get it in a bowl?
Bowl?
A bowl?
Would you like the cereal poured in first, or are you like?
No, just milk, thank you.
Oh, okay. And he goes and confusedly pours you a bowl of milk. and hands it to you.
Kali just takes a long sip of her wine after that.
I lean down, and at first it just a dainty. And then
Okay. At this point, the human woman who's like in the cloak, like puts a mug down, taps it on the thing, and he goes and tends to her.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You see, look at that. Look at that. Not so bad. You both spoke to another person in town, and you're doing just fine.
And I got bread.
I don't like it.
Alrighty. What a positive group we have.
The wine helps.
Most of our group is positive, to be fair.
Yeah. Thank you, Dad.
Yeah, you're welcome, Cahoon. He did. I'm Dad. He did mention that if we were looking for a job of any sort, we might be able to check out the trade post.
Oh, cool. Is it killing things?
I have no idea.
I hope it's foxes.
I hope it's foxes as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
They do have lovely pelts.
They're weird.
I don't know if I mentioned this, but to set the scene a little bit here in the tavern to kind of like give you a feeling of how like kind of thrown together and rustic this place is, there's no chairs. Everything is just like empty barrels that you sit on.
Oh.
The tables themselves are like just planks, like spread out. Like it's very kind of Spartan.
Very
because like it is where it is, like the food's pretty fresh, especially for how far away from stuff you are.
Well, there's a positive to everything.
And you look at like there's like a little menu scrawled on the behind the bar, and it says the specialty is roasted piglet.
Piglet.
Pig or
Piglet.
Piglet?
Piglet.
So roasted baby pig.
Oh bother.
Delightful.
I want one.
You can order one if you'd like.
I'm nervous.
Oh, okay. I'll stand right here beside you while you do it.
Will you hold my hand?
I will hold your hand.
Thank you.
You know, I probably should have realized that if I put that in there, they're going to order it, and I don't have to flip through the table of goods and services live.
Does it have a price next to it?
Rue, your mistake.
I'm ruining.
Oh, do I have to pay for my wine? Because I will if I need to.
But
No, they're just going to give it to me for free, right?
I imagine
Brewing.
it's kind of paltry.
willing to retcon this later, but GM's just gonna say you can get it. Like food is 1 copper, beverage is another copper.
Well, then I will decrease my copper.
Okay.
I would like a pig, please.
Oh, do you want a pig?
Yeah.
Ooh, it's their specialty. Oh, I'm going to make it. I'm so excited.
And he runs off and goes and starts preparing it.
Well, look at that. You've made his day.
I'm marking off some.
I'm marking off the silver, getting
It's not
And-
silver, it's copper.
yeah, I know. Had
Oh.
the silvers. I took one away. I'm adding the copper, and I'm taking away 2 coppers from the 10 that it would be.
Okay.
I'm sorry, do you need exact change?
Hand him like a gold piece and be like, do you need exact change?
Oh my god. I've never seen a gold piece.
Well, if you two would like to sit here and eat, I'll go to the trade post. Is this good?
Well, don't leave me alone.
Okay, I'll wait right here. We can go to the trade post together.
Thank you.
I still have my wine to finish.
Oh, I'm not rushing you. I was just trying to be get things done. But it's okay. We can take our time.
Would you want some of the piglet?
I'll take a bite or two.
Okay,
yes. Yes, I'll have some piglet.
Awesome.
Does the halfling come back? I was like, hey, no sharing. You have to both buy a plate.
I think he's fine with it. I think he's just happy to be able to make a special. All right.
Do I smell it?
Oh, do you smell it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It smells pretty good.
Cahoon, you're drooling.
I always drool.
A
You're
lot.
drooling more than usual.
All right.
It's the milk.
All right, so you leave them to enjoy the meal to go speak to this Reeve.
No. I was specifically asked to stay because Cahoon's nervous around people.
Okay, well, I'll just say he comes back with the halfling Rober comes back with the piglet. It's not like big enough to have an apple stuffed in its mouth.
It's got like a cherry.
It's got like a grape, maybe a few grapes. It smells really nice. You dig in, and you said you're going to share it. Yeah, it's pretty good, honestly. It looks kind of weird. It's a piglet after all, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like the first like real good cooked food you've had since you set out with the caravan.
Kali just quietly sneaks a small piece.
Kali, you can have some. Don't worry.
Did you already eat some?
Yes.
I'm gonna scoot the place.
I'm not going to say that in his voice. I'm going to scoot the plate closer to Kali for a little bit.
Kali takes several little morsels.
God, I should have known if I was going to introduce a tavern in a town, we were going to spend the first 30 minutes of the show.
Oh, absolutely.
Just
Of course.
role-playing, going out to eat.
You messed up.
Yeah.
Did I mess up, or was this part of my evil plan all along? Time will tell.
What is this thing?
And they hold up like a sprig of thyme or something.
It's a sprig of thyme or something.
Time.
Thank you. I
Quite delicious.
Why is there a stick?
It's to make it look fancy.
For flavor.
For flavor.
Flavor stick.
Okay.
Okay.
So after we eat,
After we
I assume you all want to go, or are you just? Is there anything? Do you want to like stay the night first?
No,
I mean,
we'll take. Dree will take his 2 antisocial companions.
I'm very social.
And
I'm just nervous.
Very nervous companions, and he will go across the street to the trade post.
Okay.
So as a group, as a party, it's an outing
together.
Alrighty.
together.
Hello, trade post person. I'm Cahoon.
Yes, trade
Hello.
post person, or would you be Reeve?
Reeve.
Well, hold on, get ahead of it. So you walk out. Trying to jump the gun on me. You walk
What's
out.
a gun?
You walk out. One thing I forgot to mention with this outpost is like, it's kind of weird that like it's out here in the plains and there's not much of this around it, but it's full of like flowers. Like, it's also springtime, like this time of year. It's got flowers like everywhere. Even though like once you leave town, there's not much like wildflowers growing out. But you walk across past the boulder and you go over to the trade outpost, and there's like maybe one person browsing wares, and then inside you see like a bunch of stuff for sale, and like there's like a place where you can barter, but you also see like a sign for like I guess like being creative, a sign that says Overseer's Office.
I would assume the overseer seems to be like a mayor figure.
Sort of.
Could
I
put
mean,
it together.
There's probably only like 5 or 6 people that actually live here, and maybe like between 10 and 20 that are here like because of trade and stuff.
Yeah.
So sort of, but it's
Dad.
it's just an outpost.
Dad, why do they see that much?
Oh, me. It's just a name, Cahoon. It means boss, leader.
Thank you, Overseer. Dad.
You're welcome, Cahoon.
Can we get a job?
I don't know, can we?
Oh boy. You're both delightful. I should have you know that. Yes, let's go inside of the trade post.
Well, Kali's already had an entire wine, and she's a bit of a lightweight. So
And a Lightfoot.
she's not
It's
drunk.
like just at the end of the morning quarter day, so it's like noon, and you're just already plastered.
No, she's just a little warm
Mom's been
and
day
tipsy.
drinking.
She's a lightweight.
Kali out here getting tart.
Mom's been day drinking.
She's a lot more calm now.
Please, I have to go to soccer practice.
What's football? You mean?
We go in the trade post.
What's a foot?
You go in the trade. Oh, you're in the trade post. So you see
Oh,
the
it's through the
overseer.
overseers. Okay, my
Yeah.
bad. We'd like to find Reeve. What's his name, right?
Yeah. So you knock on the door, and a human man comes out, and he has this kind of like cocky grin on his face. It's like,
Well, well, well. Who are you delightful folk to show up?
Hi, boss.
Oh, boss. Do you work for me? Do I have a contract with you?
I would like to.
My name is Dreamin. This is my ally, Callie, and my son, Cahoon.
Thank you, Dad.
You're welcome, Cahoon. We've currently found...
We've devolved into laughter.
oh, I knew I was worrying I didn't have enough prepared.
We've currently found ourselves jobless and was wondering if you would have any openings, any contracts out.
Again, like he has this like this grin about him all the time. He's like, "Oh, you're looking for work?
Absolutely.
That's interesting." The last group of adventurers, I'm assuming you're not here with some sort of trading group, eh?
No, we were with a caravan, but they have been
Blown up.
disposed of by orcs.
Tricky. Oh, well,
Yes.
Many orcs.
it's interesting. You're the second group in a few days to come through, and the other one was not interested in working at all. Kind of had a attitude about it.
Lame.
Unfortunate.
Yeah,
That's lame.
yeah.
That's lame. That's right.
No, yeah, you don't think you're not with them. That's okay.
I'm pretty sure everybody else died.
Oh,
Probably.
Oh, I don't know, but it would be a reasonable assumption that not many made it from our caravan. I do believe he's talking about another one, though.
I could smell the corpses burning, Dad.
Stares off like a border collie.
Well, that's awfully.
Thanks, Cahoon.
Kali is just, clutching at the bridge of her nose.
Well then.
That's awfully dark. Well, I don't have anything immediately to do for you right now. Feel free to browse me wares if there's anything you'd like to sell. I'm always looking to cut a deal, as it were. But yeah, there's not much in the way here right now. But surely you stick around, you'll see some other trade caravans come through. I'm sure that everyone's always hiring these days with all the exploration going on and everything, trade opening up as it is. But yeah, sure. Anything I can find, I will let you know as soon as it comes in.
We'd appreciate that. Thank you.
Is there anything like you're interested in work-wise? Like you want to just like caravan guard like you had been doing? You looking to treasure hunt at all?
We could. Treasure hunting would be interesting. I wouldn't be against that. We could do hunting jobs. We could do caravan guards, but we would have nothing against some treasure hunting.
My mom specializes in ranging.
Yes, we do have
see.
quite the explorer with us.
Well, that's why I was asking, because that man came through a few days ago. It was Escar?
Escargot.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But Escar Farthing is his name. He came through, and I heard him talking about some bloody castle he's going to find.
Oh, castle, you say?
Castle.
Bloody.
Yeah, I didn't pay much attention to it. And he seemed like someone who's.
I'm sorry.
He looks at you oddly for a second, pauses, and then is just like, "Yeah, I didn't pay much attention to it. He was a bit stuck up. He didn't want to trade or do anything with me. It was a bit rude. But I was in the Rumping, and I have heard him and his group talking about some sort of castle that they're going to find. Is that south of here, past the mountains?
South of here, past the mountains.
Yeah.
And remind me, did you say he was looking for help?
Oh, he was not looking for help. He just passed through. He was a bit rude.
Was he by himself?
No, he had a troop with him.
Okay, good. Otherwise, he'd probably be dead.
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
It's
Yeah,
dangerous out there.
quite.
Well, thank you for your information.
Hey, and if you do ever find your way here and you have some treasures that you want to sell, you always know where to find Reeve. Reeve Syme. It's my name. Grins at you.
I'll keep you in mind, Reeve.
Do you buy pelts?
Oh, of course we do. Of course we do. We buy and we sell.
Excellent.
Thanks, boss.
You're welcome.
He looks at Dreamin kind of like,
Dreamin just nods and gives him a little thumbs up.
all right.
Kali just kind of motions to her group, like, let's talk a little bit away.
Oh, well, we'll talk to you later, Reeve. It was a pleasure.
Right.
If any more jobs come through and we're in town, find us and we'll be more than happy to help.
Absolutely. You guys are a joy to bring in town. Do be sure to browse, and yeah, if you have anything of value you want to sell, you just talk to me directly.
We'll make sure that we browse.
Don't need to go to the trading counter. You look like the amicable soul.
Oh, I try. And we leave.
okay, you do not browse.
I don't have money.
I have like 19 copper.
I'll buy this pencil.
Also, I have no clue what items I could buy anyway. I don't have the book open.
It's fair. So you leave. You've had a good meal. It's still the daytime quarter day. You've talked to the overseer of this place and learned about some previous adventurers. Everything, all the other buildings kind of just look like housing, like people who actually live here. Maybe a storage building or something. Drow, what do you have something to say?
I would actually like to buy a needle and thread
Needle and thread.
for my blankie.
I do have a needle and thread you could use
Is the thread pink?
already.
It needs to match.
Or then maybe you should get your own. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Do you happen to know how much a needle and thread costs?
We can use Forbidden Lands to find out.
The compendium.
I can tell you right now, needle and thread costs
3 copper.
3 copper, yeah.
Thank you, Reeve.
Oh, you're welcome.
The pink is not exactly right, but it's better than
Now,
nothing.
remember, Reeve isn't like at the counter. That's
I know.
like another random person. So you just like
No,
buy
I
it.
went back
Okay.
to Reeve. He said that we didn't need to go to the thing.
I'm glad I'll be happy with your purchase.
Cahoon holds up their blanket and then the thread and is like,
That's pretty close. It's close enough.
Excellent. I try to have all the best goods in our outpost here.
Thanks, boss.
and I leave.
Okay. All right, you leave. If you walk back outside, you see the flowers. It's middle of the day. What you thinking?
Callie, do you have any more shopping that you're going to do?
It's Kali.
You are correct.
You are correct.
Correct.
Put those apostrophes in like a proper elven name.
Callie.
Correct.
No, I think I've done my shopping.
All right. So, we could try to go find that castle, because I wouldn't be against exploring a castle.
Sounds like fun.
And maybe, if we're lucky, that party's already dead because something bad happened to them.
We could.
This is not Dreamin' talking. This is the Jacob talking, not the Dreamin'. I want a castle. Find a castle.
So, I mean, if we did actually want to try and track them down, I could fail at a few things, get some willpower points, and then use hunting instincts. If there's a trail.
For those listening that haven't played this game, when you roll and you get you don't get a success, or actually pretty much any roll you make, sometimes you can push. And when you push and you have Bane, you take damage to like whatever the thing is you pushed. So it's like if you rolled a melee attack, you'll take damage to strength. That's just how the game works. But if you take damage, then you also get a willpower point per like Bane that you get. And you use these willpower points to like use abilities, sometimes use them to cast spells. So the metagaming strategy here is I'm going to go fail some rolls, just juice up my willpower so you can track them.
Yes.
Is there also a skill that we could use to track them?
That is an excellent question.
Survival, perhaps?
Let me check the book.
Also, while they're checking the book and all, we could also do some hunting or the like so that we could have some things to sell and have a little bit of coin to work with.
That's true.
Because I know Cahoon and Kali are both armored, but is Dreamin' armored?
Oh no, Dreamin is not armored.
Because we could get the money to make sure you were properly protected.
Well, I mean, to be fair, if we could get some pelts, I could just make my own armor.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
Is there a skill that would let us track down those people?
I was reading the survival skill. It doesn't look like it applies to this particularly. And especially with them being like over a day out, it would be very difficult for you, I think.
We could just explore and go south. Was it east or west?
I believe Reeve told you south past the mountains.
Okay, south past mountains. We could just travel that direction.
We could just travel, and as we travel, we'll hunt, we'll get pelts. I can make some leather, hopefully. Maybe make armor by then. Maybe it'll go better than it did in the test game.
Boy, I hope so.
For those listening,
Yeah.
when we were learning the game and playing a few test sessions, Jacob had Dreamin take the talent when we did some like XP leveling and stuff. You had him take the talent Tanner, which lets you craft like leather from pelts. And I think you crafted leather like once out of all the attempts. And then
Spent 3 days trying to make armor because we kept getting interrupted.
did not go well.
And then it failed.
As an update for that, I think whenever you have to take a day crafting something, it's like 2 quarter days is a day. I was reading about that. It's not 3.
Excellent.
That's much better.
Yeah.
I don't want to stay in town if we don't have to. I want to do something. I say let's go to a castle.
Let's explore.
So you're going to try to head that way and see if you can find them?
Yeah, because now we know where this post is.
Yeah.
So we can
It
always
is.
come back here.
On your map.
Kali, would you like to look for a castle?
I would love to.
Cahoon, castle.
Bark.
Okay.
Bark.
Thank you, Cahoon. We'll probably, stay the night here? Or we could go ahead and start traveling if
Let's
we wanted
start
to.
traveling.
Yeah, I'll say
It's only 12 p.m. and Mom is drunk.
Let's do it.
I'm tipsy.
buy shades at that trading post, get blasted on wine. Let's do it.
I have milk.
Let's do it.
So I'll say this much. I think it's fair to consider your time at Boulder Post, eating the meal. Because you ate at the tavern, you don't have to like roll on your food.
Or water for that matter, right?
In this game, you don't track like rations and water like by numbers. You have a resource die, and if you roll, you have to roll once a day to like use it. And if you roll a 1 or a 2, then you take the resource die down. So if you start out with a D10 and you roll like a 1 on that, then your resource die goes down to a D8 to a D6, and whenever you roll 1 on a D6, then you're out. It's an interesting way to keep track of stuff. You use them for food, water, and arrows, but you guys don't have to do that today
As well
because
as
you
torches.
ate at the Is it arrows and torches?
Arrows
Yes.
and torches, yes.
Arrows. Yeah, but you guys ate at the Rumping Eagle, so I'm not going to make you guys roll on your resource die for food and water today. But I'm going to say between the meal, going into town, talking to people, and leaving, it may not have taken the full like 6 hours, but effectively call that the daytime quarter day. I think that would be fair.
Oh, but that means if we traveled again.
You'd have to, you cross, I would say, I'll let you go back to the hex that your token is currently on, which is 1 away from Boulder Post, but you'd have to immediately start making camp.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that.
I have just added a note to Cahoon's little character sheet. Cahoon just learned a new word! ! It is rumping.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Rumping.
So now that we're out here in the wilderness, I think I'll make camp for us. What are you guys going to do?
Let's hunt
Yes, we have time, right?
pelts.
I would like to
foxes.
hunt.
So this is the evening quarter day. Because it is spring, I think it is still light outside. Let me check.
Or should we
No,
fish?
it is dark. So it's dark. I don't know if that has a modifier on. Let me look real quick.
Then we can hunt.
Oh, I don't want to sell stuff.
It would be nice to get some supplies.
Yes, if you hunt, we could get pelt and could eventually make leather.
Then I shall hunt.
You're looking for if dark has an effect.
It has so darkness has an effect whenever you are pathfinding. But it doesn't say anything about hunting. You get a -2 basically whenever you're pathfinding. You could also, I don't know, would it be fair to say -2? But it doesn't say it in the book is the only thing.
That is up to you, fair DM.
Is it like evening?
Yes, it's evening.
Yes, but because it's spring, this is something that we got wrong the first time we played this. It's dark in the evening quarter day.
Ah. Well, if I need to take a minus, I'll take the minus.
You would effectively, because all your ranged attacks are modified by -2 in the combat chapter, it says. So I would just say it'd be -2 for everything to do it in the darkness. I'm just going to say the same thing with making camp. The book doesn't explicitly say it, but like anytime darkness comes up, it's -2 to something relevant. So yeah, but for you particularly, you could burn your torch and negate it, I would say, making camp. That is.
Here, let me have an argument here.
Okay.
Making camp, I'm not moving around. I'm staying in one spot.
Right, but
and part of making camp is making a fire, and then I could actually make camp.
That's fair. Can we call it -1 because part of making camp was also finding a campsite?
Sure, I'll take that.
So I'll say if you use a torch on the finding a campsite part of the day, you would take no minuses, but if you don't, then it would be a -1 for that part, basically.
All right. Cool.
Cool. So why don't we go ahead and do your roll to make camp, and then we'll get into hunting.
Alrighty. And while I'm doing this, is there a chart on this map that shows the kind of tile we're in?
Yeah.
It looks like we might be on plains, because it affects their hunting stuff.
Yeah. Let me go reveal that real quick.
I'm going to roll my survival, which is 3 wits plus 2 survival plus 1 gear die for my flint and steel and 1 modifier die because I have a talent called Quartermaster that helps me make camp. And roll.
Wow.
I make it.
Pretty good. 1 success and 1 bane, but bane has no effect on the initial roll. So you are able to successfully make camp. And also, I have revealed, if you look on the bottom right side of this map, you'll see the thing that shows you what kind of terrain you're in. Right now, you're in a plains.
Yeah. Which gives them a +1 to their hunting.
That is a good point. Let me check my thing here.
There is a whole lot of map here.
Best faux show. All right, so you successfully make camp. You're able to get a fire going and get everything good to go. So you guys want to hunt. I believe that is first a survival roll.
Yes. And you said we would be taking a -2.
But Cahoon is helping you. Is that right? All right, so you'll get a +1 because of the help.
And then a +1 because we're in the plains, so it just kind of negates the -2.
Yeah, so it's just a straight survival roll for
you.
you.
All right, then. And let me make sure none of my talents... Nope, none of them have anything to do with that.
How do I get rid of the text? I wanted to write rumping.
Where is this? Oh, new text. I'll get rid of it. Anyway, continue, Kat.
All right, so I've got my base die of 4. My survival is +2. And then we've negated the -2. So I'm just going to roll that.
All right.
And I have not got any banes or successes, so I'm going to push that roll.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Have we already spoke about push?
Yeah, but just to bring it up again real quick. So whenever you make a roll, you can push it. And whenever you push it, you re-roll anything that is not a success or a bane. So anything that's not a 6 or a 1. You can only push a roll once. And whenever you push a roll and you have bane, you'll take however many bane you roll damage to the ability you took, unless the bane are on a gear die, then your gear will take the damage. And that's also how you get willpower points. So if I roll, a melee attack, I get no successes. I push it and I get 1 bane. I'll take 1 point of damage to strength, but I also get a willpower point. So that's how that's how the system balances itself out. You got that risk and reward. So in this instance, Cat rolled no successes, but also no banes on the survival roll, and now they're gonna push it.
Yep, I'm pushing this roll. So I imagine she struggles to hunt, but she kind of like takes a deep breath, recenters herself, and tries again.
Oh, there we go.
And I did get 1 success this time.
1 success. Excellent. So you are able to find prey. You got 1 success, so I'm going to roll on the table to see what you find. Let's see here. Roll. Oh, you were able to find a mouse. The difficulty is +1 on this, so now you either make a survival roll to trap it, or a I think it's marksman roll to shoot it. So whatever you so now you can choose whatever you want to roll, and I don't think Cahoon can help if it's a weapon attack. You still take -2.
But you also get a +1 because it's a mouse.
Is the difficulty +1 mean it's easier or harder?
I would +1 is +1 to the dice pool, -1 is -1 from the dice pool.
All right, then I misspoke. Yeah, so it's easier because it is a mouse.
Oh,
So
great. You would think it would be harder because
Well, the way I look at it is you look how
The threat
mouse,
of it.
the mouse is
Oh,
a
the threat.
+1 because they're small and all that, but then like what?
fox and boar have a -1.
Because they're quick, or the boar will straight up attack you if you miss and stuff like that.
all right, so
Okay.
what are you going to roll?
I am going to roll marksmanship to shoot said mouse.
All right, so you can adjust it and do -1
All
on
right.
the roll.
So then that would be my agility, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the skill of marksmanship.
And your bow adds gear dice to it, I believe.
Yes, and the bow adds gear dice, but you said I take a -2 because
Yeah, -2 because it's dark, but +1 because it's a mouse, so it'll be an effective -1.
okay, and it doesn't matter where I put that -1.
It needs to be in the skill dice.
Or
Okay.
there's that you could just do it in the modifier area.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then I'll just do that -1. All right. So I've rolled a lot of dice here and managed 1 success.
All right, so you're able to find a mouse. So I imagine like you're out there. It's dark. You're out in the plains. So you have some amount of moonlight, but it's still just hard to find anything. And just you're out there hours and hours, and you find a mouse, and you bap it. You get it
Right in the eyeball.
right in the eyeball. Just take its whole head off. But you get it, and that is 1 unit of meat that you can have. And I believe if you eat that, you don't have to roll on your resource die.
And we have a day to eat it.
Right, because it will go bad in a day. Cool.
And Kali just holds up a Cahoon, look, I've got a mouse.
Yeah,
And it's like skewered on this
yeah,
arrow.
I see it. I see it.
Do you want to eat it?
I would like to. I would like to. I would like to.
And keep in mind, we have already eaten for today.
Maybe tomorrow morning.
Fuck you.
Such language.
I learned it from you, okay?
Don't deny Cahoon his Scooby snacks. Cahoony snacks.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
It's like
Oh, yeah.
she just kind of looks like, perhaps we should go check on Dreamin. I don't like to leave him alone for much.
You're right. I'll eat that mouse later.
It's yours.
Thank you. I would like it now.
She just kind of like holds out the arrow to you
Okay.
and then takes the
I'm
arrow
just gonna
back.
hold the stick.
All right, so you go back. It's nighttime now. And you find Dreamin'. He's already set up camp. He's got the campfire going.
Camp.
All right, and
It's
I guess
not right.
What's wrong?
And then I put the blanket down.
Okay.
Is it good now?
Yeah.
Good.
Awesome. You did great.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You did make a good camp.
I appreciate that. I worked hard.
does Cahoon do the thing?
Yeah, I circle.
Yeah, right.
Like a dog.
Oh, little pink blanket. Does the pink blanket like have anything, or is it just pink? Like, is it got any like designs on it or anything?
I'm trying to think like what sort of designs a wolfkin would weave into their crafts.
Triangles like teeth.
Dog fruit.
Oh, like houndstooth?
Yeah. Or like those isosceles, really tall, skinny triangles lined up so it looks like fangs.
It is a little flower with a K on it.
Oh,
For Cahoon.
it's like one of those things you buy, and it's just like you get custom monogrammed.
His
It's
mommy
like-
made it.
Is it like a fancy scripted K?
Yeah.
Alright.
She's a good weaver, a good seamstress, whatever have you.
That is precious.
So adorable.
So I have a question for the DM.
Oh boy.
There is a keep watch ability. If someone keeps watch, does that mean they cannot sleep?
I think so, because keep watch is something you can do
While resting?
Well, you can't do it. Well, no, you can't do it while resting, but you can combine it with hiking.
So is there no way to keep watch while sleeping?
I don't think so. I might allow it with resting, but not while sleeping. I'll have to look this up real quick.
Well, if you want one of us to keep watch, I could keep watch and then sleep in the morning.
Would you scratch my belly too?
Of course.
Thank you.
If you guys would like someone to keep watch.
It's just because I'm still trying to figure out how this game works. That means that if most people sleep at night, one person has to sleep in the morning,
Or in the evening time.
Yeah, that's basically.
or you're right, or in the evening time.
That's basically what I'm finding is like you hike for 2 quarter days, everything associated with that. And then your third, with the evening, someone's making camp, maybe someone's hunting, and one other person is keeping watch or sleeps then, and then they stay up at night and keep watch.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Or as close as we are to town, perhaps we just all sleep tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fair.
That's fair. So you're all going to sleep tonight?
Let's sleep.
Where's my pile of dice?
Uh-oh.
Or on second thought.
Did we say sleep? I meant we all stay up.
We all stay up. No one sleeps.
No one's.
I don't want the sleepy condition.
No one sleeps. Well, I'm going to just fast forward here. You sleep. You're able to get a full night's rest. Nothing happens. And it is the morning quarter day. What do you guys want to do?
I dreamed about chasing rabbits.
Did you catch them?
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Good
And then I'm
job,
going to
Cahoon.
eat the mouse, just looking him in the eyes.
All right. So you eat the mouse. I'm not going to make you roll for your food resource die. Do you want to roll? Everyone go ahead and roll for their other food resource die.
Okay. Let me see what I have a D8. I will roll.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So I didn't roll a 1 or a 2.
You're
That
rolling-
means that
What did you roll? Your...
my water.
Okay, so yeah, you're good. You rolled a 5. That means you don't need to knock your resource die down. Jacob, why don't you roll your food resource die?
How do we roll a D8?
I just pulled up a Google dice roller. That's what I'm going to do.
So if you click on your character sheet,
And then the roll
It'll
up top?
be under
Yeah.
gear.
Oh, I can just click on
Oh,
food.
okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. This is that's
Uh-oh.
great.
2 on a D8. So your resource die steps down to a D6 for food.
Delicious.
And then do you have to roll for water as well?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll for water, Jacob.
I will roll for water.
All
My
right.
water does not decrease.
Water doesn't go down. That's a 6.
And then Kali.
Okay.
Oh no, my food
1.
goes down.
Goes
Because I
down.
rolled a 1. So now I'm a D10.
Oh boy.
And then my water. On water, I got.
7 on a D10.
So I'm safe. I don't have to decrease.
Yep. All right, cool. Man, that's a cool little system for keeping track of resources. All right. So it is morning quarter day. What do you guys want to do this quarter day?
I suppose we should just head south then, huh?
Let's haul ass.
Let's go.
Shall I lead the way?
Yes.
You know where we are.
So I will lead the way. And we're heading south.
Yeah, you've actually been to this hex before as well.
Yeah, and I can
we
roll
could
this.
cross the river.
Well, you'd have to find a place to cross it.
Oh, so it's not that easy. Oh,
No,
okay.
it's not that
I can
easy.
roll this pretty quickly because I already did that.
Yep. Is anyone doing anything else during this hike?
I suppose
All right.
I'll keep watch.
And
Right.
I rolled for my lead the way, and I did get a success. And the Banes don't matter because it didn't push.
Sweet. So you're gonna keep watch. I think that's a scouting roll.
It is.
Go ahead, give me that. All right.
I failed. So what Dreamin's going to do? Dreamin is looking around, and then he kind of rubs his eyes. Still a little sleepy this morning, and I'm gonna push the roll.
Okay, go for it.
Come on. Well,
Push the roll.
hopefully nothing bad comes at us.
You push the roll. There's no banes, but there's also no successes. So nothing great. So let me go ahead. You're going to move back to the hex you were on, right? So now where you're heading, you can go directly south. There's a forest to the south of you. To the southwest, which is is more plains. Where
Did you
wanna
just
go?
yeah?
I did just nya.
Ugh.
Where do you want to go?
Don't we want to go south toward the mountains?
Towards the mountains.
Okay, so directly south then.
Yes.
All right, let me reveal that.
And I imagine that when Kali leads the way, that's when she looks really comfortable and almost a sense of self-importance.
Alrighty.
She takes great pride in that.
That moment where we saw everything was like an unfortunate gust of wind up a skirt.
For those listening, we're using Foundry, and I hit the wrong button and undid all the fog of war, so they briefly got to see the whole map.
I didn't get to see it. I was
Luckily
looking
for
at
me,
paper.
I blinked, and so I don't remember it.
It was pretty quick, too.
Yeah, it's not like I was able to.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Did they mention how far away this area was?
They did not.
Okay.
All
We're
right.
gonna be going the whole way across the map.
South and toward the mountains.
Well, we have a goal.
Well, remember, once we see the mountains, we'll have a reference point.
Well, that's true. Do we see mountains?
What do
you've
my
just-
elven eyes see?
With
you
that
guys-
scouting roll,
You guys have just entered the forest biome now. You've left the plains. You can't really see. When you were on the plains, maybe you saw some mountains in the distance to the south, but you can't really see how. So you get a good view of them now in the forest with the tree coverage. And as you're traveling, you make your way into the forest, and it is now the daytime quarter day, and you're going along, finding your way through on the trails that have been forgotten and trying to make your own, and you hear, "Hey, it's stupid. It's stupid that it make your face look bad." And you turn around, and not more than just 100 feet away from you is an orc, and he looks pissed.
Does he see us?
Well,
Is he yelling at us?
he's looking right at you and yelling insults to your face. Hey, stupid, you lost. And that's where we're going to continue next time.
I would like to say hi first.
No.
Don't say hi to our enemy.
You can say hi. You're going to episode 2.
I'll see you next episode, friend.
that's the title of episode 2, saying hi.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Third Gallon Podcast. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing us. If you want to see more from us, check out our website, thirdgallon.com, or follow us on Twitter. We are at Third Gallon. That's THIRD Gallon. You can also tweet at us using the hashtag Third Gallon, and we are on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Tumblr with the same handle at Third Gallon. We also publish a video version of this podcast on YouTube and Twitch. Our YouTube channel is called The Third Gallon, and our Twitch channel is @ThirdGallon. Our ambience for this episode was composed by Michael Ghelfi, and you can find more of his work at youtube.com/Michael Ghelfi Music, and you can support his awesome work at patreon.com/Michael Ghelfi. Our theme music for this season was composed by Alexander Nakarada. You can find more of his work at serpentsoundstudios.com and support him at patreon.com/A-Nakarada. That's patreon.com/ANAKARADA. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.